Good morning. It's July 16th, and this is George Kachuk with Know Your Options, Inc., coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. This morning, markets are seeing a little bit of selling pressure. Asian markets, European markets were also mixed overnight, as was the U.S. economic data, which we received this morning. This morning, we had June retail sales come in down at 0.5%. Below expectations, nothing really good in those numbers. Those numbers tend to fluctuate. On the positive side, we had the Empire State Manufacturing Index come in at a positive 7.4%. The market's looking only for a positive 4.5%. So that was pretty good as well. Then later we had business inventories, which came in at 0.3%, pretty much in line. And then later this morning, the IMF came out and lowered world economic growth forecast down to 3.9% from 4.1%. So all in all, the data was mixed. However, the market didn't take it very well, selling off on the news. Now this week is earnings week, and of course it started last week, and we got a little bit of a mixed picture. Early in the week, we had some very heavy selling pressure in the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the market sold off, but was able to recover. Then Friday, we had a huge rally. Now the problem is that last week, the selling days came in some very heavy volume. Market was getting crushed, and when it rallied back on Friday, even though we saw some good levels regained, the volume came in much lighter. On a positive side, though, what we saw is some leadership from financials. JP Morgan and Wells Fargo reported on Friday. Again, mixed picture. They beat on consensus estimates, but the news wasn't all that great in there. However, the market looked at the positives and rallied pretty strong on that. So that's a good thing. This morning we had Citigroup report. They beat expectations. Earlier in the day, Citigroup was up about 3%. It's probably a little bit negative right now, so we'll have to see how it ends up during the day. So this week, again, we're going to be focused on a lot of earnings, and more important to see how the market reacts to those earnings. Now, let's step back again, take a look technically what's going on in the general equity indices. If we look at the NASDAQ, we talked about the 2,900 level being a support level. We were able to recapture that level on Friday. However, as I said earlier, the volume was lighter, so we'd like to see a little bit more volume come in to the upside. This morning it's down below that, and again, we're looking to see if the NASDAQ can hold the 2850 level. If we're between 2880, 2900, we're still all right. On the S&P 500 cash index, 1360 was an important level. Couldn't recapture that on Friday. S&P's at about 1350. It's struggling between the 1340, 1360 level. We'll still say this uptrend is still on to the upside as long as we can stay above last week's S&P low of about 1325. Now, some other indicators that you want to look at to give you a sort of a clue as to which way this market may turn is Dr. Copper, copper prices, and Apple. Now, if copper prices stay above 340, they're about 348 this morning, the market should do all right. And if Apple can stay above 600, that seems to be kind of line in the sand as well. It seems to be a good, strong market bellwether. The market should do all right. So now looking at the sectors that are still continuing to do well, we talked about housing last week, the medical sector, pharma sector. Now also in the housing theme, building material stocks are also starting to do very well. If we look at Vulcan Materials, Eagle Materials, these stocks are starting to kick in. So we have a theme here. We have regional banks that deal with mortgages. We have the mortgage service sector stocks doing well. We have the housing stocks doing well. So we may find some leadership. Now, if these financials kick in, we had the regional banks doing well, but now the big banks starting to pick up a little steam. There might be our leadership in this market. Now, even in that same housing-related thing, real estate theme, we have Zillow, which provides real estate data online for real estate agents. That's starting to do very well as well. So, in summary, technically, the market is under pressure right now. We had a few days of some heavy selling. We did have a relief rally, did not come in much volume, so be very careful here. Good luck trading. Again, watch your price and volume. This is George Kachuk with Know Your Options, Inc., coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Thank you.